Hey, Tony Carousel, New Haven Independent News Break for September 18th, 2023. So today, got the paper out and going to show you a few pictures of some of the things that didn't make it to the paper, but that were really sort of newsworthy for this week. So one of the things right behind me here, this was at Oxfest, and Oxfest, for those of you that were there, I saw plenty of New Haven folks that were there. Um, this girl, this teenager, Masa Joy, she's been singing with the Bag Lunch Blues Band for certainly maybe a few months or so. But oh boy, can she really belt out the blues? She is really a talented kid, and certainly somebody to keep your eye on in the future. She probably has quite a future in professional music. So anyway, I'm wish her good luck, and also always very impressed to see the Bag Lunch Blues Band playing anywhere. They always put on a fantastic show. Okay, let's see. So I'm also going to show a little C team love for volleyball, since normally I haven't been able to make it to some of the earlier C team games. But so here I got to the C team game this past week versus Linn, and shot a few shots of the team. Here's Coach Engelbrecht talking to her charges as they're getting ready to go out and play against Linn. Um, and here's uh, a diving return from a serve. And Chesney Jones setting up a shot for one of her fellow teammates. Maggie Hayner returning a serve from Linn. Rachel Otten, also another probably a return of a serve from the Linn team. And Sophia Unger serving. So I certainly want to try and cover C teams as much as I can, and along with JV and varsity. JV and varsity getting a little bit more of the coverage, but as I'm able to get in and cover their games a little bit earlier, I certainly will do so. So and as you'll see in the paper, all three teams, C team, JV, and varsity, all won against Linn. So they had a little tougher time against Herman, and I have basically the stats in the paper for this week. So check it out. Also at Oxfest, saw Tim and Lisa Engelbrecht enjoying themselves. It was right in between the switch when there was the band called the Silver Bullet STL, that was a Bob Seger tribute band, and they were just getting ready to listen to Big Love, which was a Fleetwood Mac tribute band, and the music was fantastic. So, and you can see Tim and Lisa all smiles, sitting out and enjoying the evening. It was really a very pleasant night that night. Also, earlier in the day, I went into Herman and covered Smokefest. And Smokefest is basically whiskey, barbecue, and cigars. And so plenty of things to cover. And here you can see the owner of Lionheart Whiskey Company right in Herman preparing his barbecue competition. So he and his daughter, they were out there prepping they had these different brisket kind of sandwiches, and oh boy, they were just fantastic. And this also was a benefit event, as was Oxfest. The Smokefest benefited Fisher House, which is a house that houses military families whenever there's somebody, a patient that has a military family that goes and gets operations done, or hospital care for at the VA. So a very worthy cause for that. And then they also, Smokefest also benefits the Herman area local food pantries too. Also, this week, I got a chance earlier on Saturday to go in and experience a little bit of the heirloom release, the new heirloom whiskey that Pinckney Bend um, uh, basically brought out this week too. So you can see here's Tara Steffens, and she's in the barrel room, and they essentially set up the barrel room for these special tasting groups that they brought through, and it was really a wonderful, educating kind of an event. So they ran these through, I think, on the hour, starting like at 10 a.m. All through the day, and it was. I watched a little bit of it of this, and both Tara and Keith were essentially talking about the fine points of Pinckney Bend, their new heirloom whiskey. So you should, if you're a whiskey fan, certainly it was a whiskey kind of a day, starting out at Pinckney Bend and then going into Herman and seeing all the various distilleries there too. Okay, also, here's a shot of, here's Big Love performing at the Oxfest. And Oxfest had the largest crowd ever for them, which was right around 1,400 plus people that had come through, that were all spread out in front of the stage area. And it was just a wonderful night that night, to be able to experience all the bands. Oh my gosh, the bands were really sounded fantastic. And so if you were there, I saw plenty of New Haven folks. I think you probably had a pretty good time. Also, we had, I wrote about a little, I guess a little resolution that happened during this month's Board of Aldermen meeting. And essentially what happened, and you can read about it, a quick little article in the paper, is that the caboose, which once upon a time was downtown, it's been a year now since Cowboy Cranes essentially got the caboose and took it to his laydown yard, and he had every opportunity. New Haven had every opportunity to be able to go within a year and try and do any kind of renovations on the caboose. And you can check out this week's article and see what the results were. So check that out. And finally, here are the two nurses, two of the three nurses that actually helped, that you'll see in our cover story. There was an accident, and you probably have heard about it. Carol Coleman, her van was hit and on Highway 100, and right after the accident occurred, Sheila Simpson and Tiffany Acton, here right in the pictured, and also Emily Burkett, they all ran out and assisted the Carol and the other woman who was in the Ford Explorer, assisted with the accident before the first responders, the EMT and the police, got there. And they essentially helped a lot in terms of being able to get things taken care of really quickly. And certainly Carol, it sounds as if Carol might have been in certainly some shock from the accident. And so it appears that all three nurses really had a hand in keeping things much more calm and safer. So anyway, you can check out the story in this week's paper. So and the covers, thanks to Emily Burkett for providing the cover shot of the two vehicles right after the accident. So So tonight I would like to thank tonight's sponsor, Beff and Berger Mutual Insurance Company, for allowing us to bring you the news in social media and also in print. So with that, this is Tony Carousel signing off. New Haven Independent Newsbreak. Thanks for watching.